Disappearance of Matthew Johnson, a Utah father and husband, and the arrest of his wealthy wife, Jennifer Gledhill, for first-degree murder.
Good morning, Ms. Gledhill.
Good morning.
Mr. Diaz, what's the status today?
So, Your Honor, we filed some motions last night. The state and I have had an opportunity to speak about them. I believe on a couple of them, there's some form of an agreement that we'll come to that will resolve, I think.
She shot her husband in his sleep. Then she called her dad. Then she called her lover. But what she said to him next, nobody saw coming. Cottonwood Heights, Utah, September 21, 2024, 7038 Horizon Circle. A woman stands over her husband's bed in the morning. The room is dark. The house is silent. Her 3 children are not home. They are with her parents. She has planned this. She has planned everything. A gunshot cracks the silence. One shot. Then stillness. Then the phone calls begin. This woman, Jennifer Gledhill, 43 years old, born on February 4th, 1983, mother of 3, estranged wife of a Utah National Guardsman, walked into her lover's house at 11:47 p.m. that same night, covered in bruises. She told him she dug a hole. She told him she buried her husband in it. She told him she cleaned the house with bleach, scrubbed the walls, replaced the mattress, and washed the minivan until it looked new. And then she picked up the phone and said 4 words that would either save her or destroy her. Don't see me as a monster. But he did, and he recorded everything. Welcome to Unsolved Crime Detective. Before we get into this case, hit that subscribe button and tell me in the comments where you're watching from, because this story, it hasn't ended. The trial is coming in December 2026. A body has never been found, and you won't believe what she did next. Now, let us get into it. Cottonwood Heights, Utah, a suburb southeast of Salt Lake City. Quiet streets, military families, good schools, safe neighborhoods, and at 7038 Horizon Circle, a 2-story house that looked like every other house on the block. A well-kept lawn, a garage, a basketball hoop in the driveway. But inside, a marriage was collapsing in ways no neighbor could see. Matthew Johnson was 51 years old, Utah National Guard, Special Operations, a man who served his country, who showed up early for work, who called his mother every Sunday, who never let his phone die. The kind of man who never missed a shift, never ignored a call, never disappeared without explanation. So when he didn't show up for work on September 23rd, 2024, his base knew something was wrong. Not just wrong, unthinkable. A fellow guardsman, identified in court documents only as AC, contacted Cottonwood Heights police on September 25th, 2025. He said Matthew's phone went straight to voicemail. That was unheard of. Matthew always answered, always called back within minutes. AC told police the National Guard was preparing to list Matthew as AWOL, absent without leave. For a man with 15 years of perfect attendance, this was the alarm that started everything. 3 days later, September 28, 2024, Jennifer called the same police department. Officer G. Komager took the call. She wanted to report Matthew missing. She said they fought on September 20th. She said Matthew told her he'd be gone for a week, not to call him, not to worry. Officer Komager noticed something during that call. She seemed distracted. At times, she didn't make sense. Her timeline shifted. Her details were vague. But for a few days, everyone believed her. Because why wouldn't they? She was the worried wife, the mother of 3, the woman who just wanted her husband home.
Your Honor, the state requests that you continue to hold the defendant, Jennifer Gledhill, without bail. In this case, there is substantial evidence. There's substantial evidence that supports that Matthew Johnson is not missing. Matthew Johnson was murdered by the defendant.
On July 3rd, 2024, 2 months before the murder, Jennifer filed for a divorce from Matthew. On August 21st, 2024, she sought a protective order against him. It was temporarily granted. She told the court he was abusive, controlling, dangerous. But on September 16, 2024, a court commissioner dismissed it. The commissioner found Jennifer to be, and this is a direct quote from the charging document, an instigator and one to goad Matthew into a response in order to get him in trouble. She wasn't a victim fleeing abuse. She was setting him up, building a paper trail, creating a narrative that would make the world believe she had reason to fear him, reason to leave him, reason to explain his disappearance. Prosecutors would later write, "The state believes that the defendant was very calculating in her crimes. She arranged for her parents to care for the children the night Matthew was killed, then asked them to keep the children another day, presumably while she cleaned up the crime scene and disposed of Matthew. The children, ages 11, 7, and 5, were kept from their father in his final hours, and they have not seen their mother since." But here is what Jennifer didn't know. Someone was already talking. Someone she trusted. Someone she had confided in. And he was recording everything. Jennifer Gledhill was having an affair. The man, unnamed in court documents, referred to only as the informant, would become the key to everything. The witness who would unravel her plan. The voice on the recordings that would play in court. The man who chose justice over loyalty. On September 19, 2024, 2 days before Matthew vanished, Jennifer showed the informant something chilling. A loaded Glock 19X, tan in color, military style. She pulled a slide back, showed him it was loaded. She told him where she kept it, in the house, within reach. Then she told him what she was thinking. She told him she was unhappy. She told him she was trapped. She told him things that made him uncomfortable, that made him wonder if she was serious, that made him hope she was just venting. He didn't believe her. Not then. Not when she showed him the gun. Not when she talked about ending it. Not when she hinted at violence. He thought it was fantasy. He thought it was the frustration of a woman in a failing marriage. He was wrong. On September 21, 2024, at 7038 Horizon Circle, while her children slept at her parents' house, Jennifer Gledhill allegedly shot Matthew Johnson in the head with his own 9mm Glock as he slept in their shared bed. The bed they had bought together. The bed where they had conceived their youngest child. Then she began the work of erasing evidence. She smashed his cell phone, destroyed it completely. She hid his truck in a nearby neighborhood, parked it on a residential street where it would blend in, where no one would notice it for days. Then she loaded his body into a rooftop storage container, the kind families use for camping gear, slid him down the stairs by herself, and loaded him into the back of her Chrysler Pacifica minivan. The family minivan, the vehicle she used to drive her children to school. She drove north, out of Cottonwood Heights, out of Salt Lake County, into Davis County. She found a spot. She dug a hole. She buried him in a shallow grave. Then she drove back, and she cleaned everything up. She scrubbed the walls with bleach. She vacuumed the carpet. She threw away the bloody mattress. She washed the minivan inside and out. She opened every door, scrubbed every surface, removed every trace. And at 11:47 p.m. on September 22, 2024, she showed up at the informant's house, visibly distraught, shaking, bruises on her arms and legs, dark purple marks that spoke of physical labor, of struggle, of moving something heavy against her will. She told him she was likely going away for a long time. She gave him prints from her house, artwork, things she wanted someone to have. She told him everything. The gun, the shot, the body, the container, the stairs, the minivan, the grave, the bleach, the cleaning. She told him she was very likely to kill herself that very night, or eventually, if police figured it out. She refused to spend her life in prison. She would rather die. She would rather run. She would rather take her children and disappear. When the informant told her he was frightened, he recorded this. Wow, if you think I could even hurt a fly. Like he is. He's not a person. He wasn't a person anymore. He wasn't Matt. She was trying to minimize it, trying to make it sound like a mercy, like he was already gone, like she had done something necessary. In a later recorded call presented in court on December 4th, 2025, she told him, "Don't see me as a monster." She was begging. She was manipulating. She was trying to control the one person who knew the truth. But he did see her as a monster, and he recorded her saying it. She also sent him WhatsApp messages. "I washed everything and vacuumed, and it's not an issue anymore." She wrote, "I assumed you would be like me, and if my friend told me a hypothetical story, I would say, let me get my shovel." She told him if she was told the story she told him, she would take it to the grave. She was testing him, gauging his loyalty, seeing if he was hers or if he would turn on her. While the informant was screenshotting these messages, Jennifer was actively deleting them from her end. She was covering her tracks even as she confessed. He saved them anyway. He recorded the calls. He kept the screenshots. And on October 2nd, 2024, he turned everything over to Detective B. Pelps at Cottonwood Heights Police Department. Case CH-2024-13553. The case that would break Jennifer Gledhill's world apart. On September 30th, 2024, 12 days after Matthew Johnson was last seen alive, detectives served a search warrant on 7038 Horizon Circle. They knocked, they announced, they entered, and the smell of bleach hit them immediately. Not faint, not lingering, overwhelming. The chemical stench of someone who had scrubbed every surface, who had tried to erase something that cannot be erased. The mattress in the master bedroom was brand new. It still had tags. It sat on a heavy wooden frame with no box spring, the old box spring removed, discarded, hidden. The entire wall behind the master bed appeared to have fresh white marks from cleaning, streaks, patterns, evidence of frantic, hurried work. Several reddish-brown spots were located on the walls, bed frame, and blinds. Spatter, droplets, the kind of marks that tell a story of violence without words. The wall behind the bed was covered in bleach, not splashed accidentally, applied deliberately. Someone had poured bleach on the wall, scrubbed it, tried to remove something that had soaked into the paint. The master bed was pulled away from the wall. The carpet below was forensically tested. It flashed positive for human blood. A large circular pattern, located under the right side of the bed, near the head. Exactly where someone would place their head while sleeping. Exactly where Matthew Johnson's head would have been when the bullet entered his skull. Forensic scientists at the Utah State Crime Lab confirmed it was human blood. A single male source, not mixed, not contaminated. One man's blood, pooled on the carpet, under the bed, where Jennifer Gledhill had tried to hide it. DNA comparison to Matthew Johnson was ongoing at the time of filing. The science was working. The science always works, even when the body is gone. In February 2025, forensic testing officially confirmed that the blood on the master bedroom floor was indeed a perfect match for Matthew Johnson. In the basement, a strong smell of chlorine, bleach discoloration on several stairs of the black carpet, faded patches, stains that had been treated with chemicals too strong for the fabric. A carpet cleaner was located and collected as evidence. The machine she had used to try to remove the blood from the stairs, from the hallway, from the path she had dragged the container. And notably, no computers, laptops, or electronic storage devices were found anywhere in the home, despite an Xfinity high-speed internet box in the living room, blinking with connection, serving no one. She had removed them all, the devices that might have held emails, searches, plans, the devices that might have told the story she didn't want told. In the Chrysler Pacifica, the family minivan, detectives found a black box containing 3 small cardboard cylinders with powdered plant substance. Inside a black fanny pack, 6 Ziploc bags of psilocybin mushrooms, packaged for individual sale. Small bags, measured doses, the kind of packaging that suggests distribution, not personal use. Inside a white purse, 206 USD cash, and the back seats were folded down, increasing the cargo capacity. The seats that normally held car seats and soccer bags had been flattened to make room. Room for what? The affidavit does not say, but the implication hangs in the air. Matthew's truck was found 0.3 miles from the home, 3 blocks, a 5-minute walk. Doorbell camera footage shows it was parked in that location on September 21, 2024, at 0615 hours, early morning, before the sun was fully up, before the neighborhood awoke. Inside the truck, detectives found Matthew's phone, smashed, destroyed, useless, but present. She had hidden the truck, but she had not hidden the phone well enough, or she had not had time, or she had made a mistake. At no point after September 21, 2024, did Jennifer Gledhill ever attempt to contact Matthew Johnson. Not once. Not a call, not a text, not an email, not a message through a friend. Nothing. For a woman who had reported him missing, who had told police she was worried, who had played the role of concerned wife, this was the silence that condemned her, the silence that spoke louder than any confession, the silence of a woman who already knew where he was. Jennifer Gledhill's cell phone left a digital trail that doesn't lie. Every move, every call, every power off and power on, every tower connection, every GPS ping. Here is the exact timeline from the official affidavit, compiled by Detective B. Phelps from cell tower records, surveillance footage, and the informant's testimony. Around 6 a.m., her phone traveled near where Matthew's truck was found, just 0.3 miles from home at 7038 Horizon Circle. She was checking. She was making sure the truck had not been discovered. She was making sure her first act of concealment had held. At 1:44 p.m., the phone was moving northbound on the I-215 West Belt, leaving Cottonwood Heights, leaving Salt Lake County, heading north. At 1:46 p.m., a 4-minute phone call to her father, Thomas Gledhill. The first of 2 calls that day, the only call she made, the only person she reached out to, not her mother, not her best friend, not her lawyer, her father. At 1:50 p.m., the phone continued north on Legacy Pathway, heading toward Davis County, the same county where she would later tell the informant she had buried Matthew, the same county where search teams would later find the discarded mattress, the pillow, the blood-stained carpet, but not the body. At approximately 2:37 p.m., the phone powered off in Davis County. Dead zone, or powered down deliberately. For 3 hours, Jennifer Gledhill was invisible. No GPS, no calls, no texts, just the minivan, the road, and whatever she was doing in the dirt north of Salt Lake City. At approximately 5:07 p.m., the phone powered back on, traveling eastbound on the West Davis corridor. She was returning. She was done. She had completed whatever task had required her to disappear for 3 hours. At 5:08 p.m., a second phone call to her father, Thomas Gledhill. 4 minutes. The second call, the confirmation, the check-in. Whatever had happened in Davis County was over, and she was telling her father about it. at the Maverick gas station on Parish Lane in Centerville, Utah, video footage from 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. shows the Chrysler Pacifica entering from 1250 West, turning onto 375 North into an apartment complex. The vehicle is seen on camera, clear as day, at 5:25 and 19 seconds, corroborated by cell phone location data. She was there. The minivan was there. The timestamp does not lie. Notice something. At 1:46 p.m., she called her father for 4 minutes. At 5:08 p.m., she called him again. Thomas Gledhill was the only person Jennifer called on September 22nd, the day she allegedly buried her husband, the day she cleaned the minivan, the day she confessed to her lover. Only her dad, not a friend, not a crisis line, not a lawyer. Her father, the man who would later be arrested for obstruction of justice, the man who would claim he didn't remember, the man who would say, "I did not go in where the incident happened." Jennifer Gledhill did not act alone. Her parents, Thomas Ray Gledhill, 71, and Rosalie Christensen Gledhill, 67, were arrested on October 24, 2024, during traffic stops in Salt Lake County.
Officers have now arrested the parents of the woman accused of killing her husband, a National Guardsman.
Thomas and Rosalie Gledhill have been arrested on 3 counts of obstruction of justice. Police say the Gledhills helped their daughter Jennifer clean up the evidence after she murdered Matthew Johnson. Police say the parents have not cooperated with the investigation and have not helped to find Johnson's body.
Their case remains pending. No trial date, no plea deal, no cooperation with investigators. The body of Matthew Johnson still missing. On September 24, 2024, 3 days after the murder, a neighbor who lives within view of 7038 Horizon Circle saw Thomas and Rosalie at the home with Jennifer and the children. They were cleaning in the garage, moving things around, boxes, bags, items being shifted from the house to the garage to the vehicles. All the lights in the house were on. The neighbor's mother also saw them cleaning inside the house, scrubbing, organizing. They didn't leave until approximately 2300 hours, 11 p.m. 5 hours of cleaning, 5 hours of moving, 5 hours of helping their daughter cover up the murder of her husband. When detectives confronted Rosalie, she said she was only there for less than an hour, a quick visit, a check-in, nothing unusual, but she admitted purchasing a mattress from Amazon on September 24, 2024 at Jennifer's request. When confronted, Thomas said he could not remember the details of that day, a 71-year-old man with a failing memory, or a 71-year-old man with a reason to forget. Then he said he was helping with a leak in the garage, a leak that needed 5 hours of attention, a leak that required every light in the house to be on. When asked if he went into the master bedroom, he responded, and this is a direct quote from the affidavit, "I did not go in where the incident happened." The incident, not the bedroom, not Matthew's room, the incident. The word of a man who knew something had happened there, who knew enough to stay away, who knew enough to call it something else. He admitted texting Jennifer on September 26 that the mattress had been delivered, 2 days after the 5-hour cleaning session, 2 days after the incident. The new mattress was in place, the old one was gone, the blood was hidden, and Thomas Gledhill was texting his daughter to confirm the delivery. 2 days before the murder, Jennifer texted her father, "I need $13,000 by Friday." Thomas sent $1,000 via Venmo that same day.
"I need $13K by Friday." That's what Jennifer Gledhill texted her father, Thomas, on September 18th of 2024. It was just 3 days before detectives say her husband, Matthew Johnson, was killed. The documents show Thomas sent $1,000 to his daughter on Venmo that same day. The very next, Jennifer texted him again saying, quote, "Don't forget to give me your card information." Johnson was reported missing on the 23rd of September when the Utah National Guardsman didn't show up for work. From there, we know Thomas and Rosalie Gledhill were both arrested and accused of helping their daughter cover up Johnson's murder. That's because a neighbor told police they saw them at the house on September 24th, cleaning. And these documents also show Rosalie admitted to purchasing a new mattress for Jennifer that same day. Now, based on what is in the search warrants, it's unclear why Gledhill needed the money, and specifically that amount of $13,000. But
when detectives searched the parents' home, they found a plastic tote near the bedroom where Jennifer slept when she visited. Inside, a Glock 19X gun box, green and tan, one of the handles broken, wrapped in a child onesie. A child's garment, soft, innocent, wrapped around the container of a murder weapon. Consistent with the gun she showed the informant on September 19th. Consistent with the gun she used to shoot Matthew Johnson. Hidden not in a lockbox, not in a safe, in a plastic tote, near the bed where she slept, where their parents let her sleep, where they kept her secrets. Their children remain in the custody of the Utah Division of Child and Family Services, removed from their mother, removed from their grandparents, placed in state care. Judge Adam Moe lifted the pre-trial protective order, but issued a separate no-contact order barring Jennifer from communicating with them.
As the search continues, the state is asking for a protective order to keep Gledhill from contacting her 3 young children.
There is some concern about obstruction that has been alleged to have already occurred and involvement with the children specifically. They will be likely witnesses in this matter.
Gledhill, who you see here, appearing in court virtually, her attorney disagrees with the protective order.
They're not named victims in the case. I don't see a basis for having a protective order.
But the judge is siding with the state for now. Gledhill is being held without bail. The charging documents say she is a flight risk and that she told an informant she would kill herself before spending her life in jail or would flee to Indiana with her kids. As she awaits trial, the search for Johnson will continue.
On January 29, 2026, Jennifer sent a letter directly to Judge Adam Moe, not through her attorney, not through proper channels, directly. It was entered into the court record. Here is the full text, verbatim. Dear Honorable Judge Moe, hello, this is Jennifer Gledhill. I am writing to let you know I was able to work a few things out and I do not require the use of an LDA. I would like to apologize for wasting any of your time. I hope this back and forth does not change your opinion of me. I am trying to figure out how to deal with all of this the best way I can. Thank you for your time and thank you for all you do. Sincerely, Jennifer Gledhill. The judge addressed it in open court, shared it with both sides as required by law. The contents? Not sealed, but the letter itself was a procedural anomaly that made headlines. A defendant writing directly to the judge, apologizing for wasting time, hoping it didn't change his opinion, trying to figure out how to deal with all of this. The language of manipulation, the language of control, the same language she used with the informant. Don't see me as a monster. I hope this doesn't change your opinion of me. The pattern is unmistakable. At one point, Jennifer refused transportation to court. She would not get in the vehicle. She would not cooperate with the deputies. Judge Moe didn't reschedule. He didn't negotiate. He issued a formal reasonable force order, authorizing officers to physically bring her to the courtroom if she resisted. She was compelled to appear. She was dragged into the justice system she had tried to manipulate one letter at a time, one refusal at a time, one calculated move at a time. She has refused to cooperate with the investigation. She has not revealed the location of Matthew Johnson's body. She has not offered to lead search teams to the grave. She has not given the family closure. She told the informant she would kill herself before spending her life in prison, or that she would flee to Indiana with her children. She had an exit plan. She had a destination. She had no intention of facing what she had done. Prosecutors cited this as evidence she is a flight risk. She has been held without bail since October 2, 2024, and will remain in custody until December 2026, and possibly for the rest of her life. Jennifer Gledhill pleaded not guilty. She waived her preliminary hearing. She would not face a judge to determine if there was enough evidence to proceed. She already knew there was. Bail denied, repeatedly. An evidentiary hearing originally scheduled for December 2025 was pushed to March 2026. Bail denied again. The judge was not convinced she would flee. The judge was not convinced she was not a danger. The judge was not convinced by her letters. The trial was originally set for December 2025, then June 2026, now December 2026. Why?
That the number one case is ready to go, and that Ms. Whiteway is also on that case as well. It would be difficult for her to be prepared in both cases, and I think the parties had a chance to discuss this. We were aware that the number one was ready to go, and we were looking at trial dates. So I think it's a joint motion to continue the trial, and we were looking at Your Honor's December trial settings based on the parties' calendar issues. I think that's the earliest date that we'd be able to set this. The only issue is we currently are set for 7 days of evidence, an additional day for jury selection. I don't know if you have availability the following week on December, so the trial would start with the 7th.
Let me check one thing. It looks like I could accommodate the 7-day trial going into that following week. How does that look for defense?
That's fine.
Okay, so that means we'll reschedule jury selection for December 7th, 9:30 a.m. We'll schedule the remaining 4 days of that week as trial days. And then I will also schedule the 14th, 15th, and 16th of December as trial days. The two final pretrial conference dates will be November 5th and December 3rd, both at 9 a.m. So November 5th and December 3rd, both 9 a.m.
The same judge who received her letter, the same judge who issued the reasonable force order, the same judge who will preside over her fate. And here are the charges, all 9 of them. Count 1, murder, domestic violence, first-degree felony. Intentionally caused the death of Matthew Johnson, her cohabitant. Count 2, obstruction of justice, second-degree felony, deleting WhatsApp messages. Count 3, obstruction of justice, second-degree felony, disposing of the mattress. Count 4, obstruction of justice, second-degree felony, cleaning the house. Count 5, obstruction of justice, second-degree felony, disposing of the gun. Count 6, obstruction of justice, second-degree felony, moving the truck. Count 7, possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute, Schedule 1 or 2 controlled substance. Count 8, abuse or desecration of a human body, third-degree felony, disturbing, concealing, or destroying Matthew Johnson's body. Count 9, tampering with a witness, third-degree felony, attempting to induce false testimony. 9 felony counts. First-degree murder. 5 counts of obstruction of justice, possession with intent to distribute, desecration of a human body, witness tampering. The prosecution has no body, but they have a confession, recorded, GPS data, blood on the carpet, a gun hidden in a child's onesie, a lover who chose justice over silence, and a woman who told him, in her own words, "Don't see me as a monster." Here is what keeps me up at night. Matthew Johnson's body has never been found. Jennifer drove to Davis County, dug a hole, buried him. Search teams checked the Farmington Bay wetlands area. They found a mattress, a pillow, and blood-stained carpet from the home. Evidence of the cleanup, evidence of the cover-up, but no body, no Matthew, no closure for his family, no grave to visit, no place to mourn, just a field, just a memory, just a shallow grave that only one person knows the location of. Jennifer's not talking. Her parents aren't talking. 3 people, 1 secret, and a family torn apart. The Johnson family has no body to bury. The Gledhill family has no daughter to defend. The children have no father, and for now, no mother. The only person who knows where Matthew rests is the same person who put him there, and she has chosen silence. 5 questions remain unanswered. Where is Matthew Johnson's body? Why did Jennifer need $13,000 on September 19th, 2024? How much did Thomas and Rosalie really know, and why is their case still pending? Will Jennifer take a plea or risk life in prison at trial? And what really happened during those 3 hours in Davis County when her phone went dark? Even though DNA has now officially matched the bedroom blood to Matthew, will we ever find out what happened in those silent hours? Will they ever close the loop and give his family something to hold on to? I want to hear from you. Drop your theories in the comments. Do you think the parents should face more charges? Do you think Jennifer will ever reveal where Matthew is? And that $13,000, what was it for? Was it for the lover? For the escape? For the drugs found in the minivan? Let's talk below. And if you want updates when the trial starts in December, hit subscribe and the bell. This story is far from over. The trial will bring answers, or it will bring more questions. Either way, Unsolved Crime Detective will be here. We will follow this case to the end, because Matthew Johnson deserves to be found, because his family deserves to know, because the monster doesn't get to hide forever.